And now it's time for another edition of What Would Jello Do? Recently my band toured in Australia and I resurrected the spoken word shows, which may spread lots of other places as it goes on, but I was kind of shocked to find out that people there were as in the dark as people are in America about the latest NAFTA, WTO type scam called the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which has been described by some as NAFTA on crack for very good reason. Even the political reporters hadn't heard of it, and I'd ask people at spoken word shows, anybody heard of the TPP? And maybe one person at most would raise their hands. And what this is another one of those fake corporate free trade agreements started negotiations by the Clown Prince W. Bush administration, pedal to the metal, just like spying and murdering people with drones by the Barack Star Obama administration. Principals are the United States and Australia and Japan, as well as New Zealand, Chile, Peru, Vietnam, Malaysia, Thailand, and Mexico, and other people are allowed to sign on at a later date, so Obama's top trade official has publicly said that, quote, nothing would make me happier than for China to join in on this one as well. Congress is not allowed to see the text. Like the FISA court, it's classified, but 600 different corporate advisors who helped write this thing are allowed to see and monkey with the text. And only 2 of the 26 chapters cover trade, now that somebody has actually leaked a good chunk of this out, and all the other chapters are specifically designed to go even further than NAFTA and the GATT treaty that wiped out, or that started the World Trade Organization, the WTO, to wipe out all remaining regulations on banks. Wipe out environmental laws, natural resource regulation, mining, safety, restrictions on drug companies, food safety, tobacco, you name it. Under the Trans-Pacific Partnership, foreign corporations, but not necessarily domestic ones, can go to any other country and blackmail them, saying, if we have to obey these laws in this area that we don't like, you have to compensate us for lost profits, the taking scam they keep trying to have in America, only on a worldwide scale, where, for example, a company called Adani in India, who has not signed on, but very likely would if this thing goes through, went public while we were in Australia saying that they were about to pull up stakes on $150 billion, not million, billion dollars worth of investments. I'm still wondering if that could possibly be right, of all the drilling and mining they want to do right along the coast in Queensland where the Great Barrier Reef is, because they claim that the environmental laws keep changing and it's confusing them. Of course, they really don't want laws at all, and under the Trans-Pacific Partnership, they could say, well, you won't let us do this, you have to pay us $150 billion, which for all I know is greater than the entire national budget, or close to, of Australia at all. And this clears the way for not just a free-for-all that's going on in Australia for mining this, get the coal out of the ground as fast as possible and ship it up to China so they burn it all up and pollute the world and poison the rest of us and all. But it could also mean that even if they deny these things to Australian companies, you'll just love Mexican companies, American companies, Chinese companies, or Rio Tinto for that matter. And they also intend to put in the SOPA and PIPA laws restricting the internet on citizens, but of course not in corporations. But the really scary part of this is it allows any company to then say, yo, we think there might be big old veins of gold or uranium, natural gas, all of it, all three, in Yosemite. Either you let us blow up the whole thing, or you owe us $500 million or $1 billion, and the scam could just get worse and worse and worse. For more information on the Trans-Pacific Partnership, check with Public Citizen, and it has also recently been covered in The Nation. This one is really scary, it's totally under the radar, and it's time we blew it up so we can blow it up.